So everyone must have downloaded today's contents. So open Core Java assignments, please. And I generally try to write in a sequential manner. So when I say pending work, I of course mean earlier days assignments. So let me ask you, in the morning I had asked you, so that time I could count, I don't know if anyone did not respond, but I could count around 40. So I have logged in little late today for that itself. Have you completed this assignment of yesterday, the fruit-based basic one? So those who have completed, I'm really happy for them. So please, those who have completed, please do not respond. Very good, excellent, keep it up. If is there anyone who still needs help? Anyone who needs help or who has not yet completed yesterday's fruit-based assignment? I'm waiting for the response. There is no one who has not completed. Are you sure? This is your last and final chance to respond. Tell me. Nobody has, I mean, everyone has completed it. I'm asking you once again, anyone needs help in solving the assignment? Going on. So Shubham, you should respond faster. When I'm asking you, how many of, no. It's not like that. I'm asking you clear-cut question. Be clear with my English. How many of you have not yet completed the assignment? Because I have to plan the lab session accordingly. Shubham has answered me that he's still completing. How many more incomplete? So only one? Only one out of all these 230 or whatever is your batch size? Okay. So Shubham, if you need help, you can definitely tell me. No, Nilesh, you don't tell me. So whenever I ask you the question, tell me, Nilesh, why you are taking so long to respond? I don't understand. So only two, Shubham and Nilesh. Viraj, I don't understand. No means what you have not yet completed, or what is it? Completed or not completed? Give me a correct feedback so I can adjust accordingly, adjust the speed accordingly. I still did not completed. Okay, 3. Now I'm counting through 3. You have to give me the honest feedback. Like how you are telling me about the speed. You have to give this feedback. This feedback tells me where I'm going fast or what you are not understood and all that. I keep telling you that share your honest feedback with me. So only 3. Okay, so these 3, because nobody else is responding, so I'm saying these 3. Do you need help or are you going to manage it on your own? Do you want to share a screen? Do you want to show anything? Respond, guys. Those who have not completed, do they need any help? Help is required. You want to share a screen? Shubham, you will need help. Okay, so I'll remember this, and what I'll do is I'll just tell others the plan so that others are not sitting idle, and then I'll ask you to share your screen. Okay, next one. So this is the first and foremost, but majority seems to have completed. I could only see the 3 of you saying that not complete. So now I hope you have started the revision. I have clearly indicated for abstract classes, you refer to the README regarding abstraction. And then for that is with the day 6.1, where the bounded shape, circle, rectangle was discussed. But do read the README accordingly. It should not be like, you're just revising the code. Please keep the README along with it. Read that word and then see the example. And similarly, in for day 6.2, you got P1, P2, P3, some packages all about interfaces. So have you completed the revision or is the revision still going on? Answer that question, please. So some of you are saying going on. Fine. Take your time. There's no hurry. There is no pressure in the lab session, as I always say. I'll just make a comment. I saw the feedback. So I'll just make a comment on some of the things, not all. Some of you were saying that I'm not responding to your questions asked in the chat. I have told you from the first day, with such a big capacity size, I cannot answer each and every question during the theory session. So my request and suggestion to all of you is, you note down if you think that this is the question I have not answered, or this is the query you are still having a doubt. Okay, so note it down. In lab session, we have a relaxed timings because I am not delivering the theory session or anything. Ask that doubt in the lab session. Understood? Yeah, Abhijit, now don't ask. I'm talking to you regarding the feedback. And Abhijit, answer to that question is, I have written it. I'll give you immediate answer. What is the use of interfaces? Open day 6 data, day 6 help. Open interfaces help. Open the README about interfaces. And there are 3 reasons I have noted and explained behind why interfaces. You understood me, Abhijit? Where it is written? Okay, so read that. And that is what I mean. Yeah, so wait a second, Rohit. Now don't go off track and start asking questions. Let me explain myself first. So whatever I can't answer in a theory session, because there are so many responses and a question may be skipped or not. Or sometimes I feel this is not a clear question at all, or I don't even understand sometimes your question because of whatever. So that question I cannot answer. Okay, so you write it down. And you can definitely ask me if you think I have not covered this or it's still not clear, but in the lab session. Third point, people are requesting me, like you requested me in the morning, change the language sometimes to Marathi or Hindi. That I cannot take up. I'm sorry for that. But theory session will be conducted in English. And you will thank me not now, but in your interview rounds and your placement rounds and all. Because those are conducted most of the time in pure English. So guys, you have to step up and you have to get into the practice of listening continuously in English for 4-5 hours. That is why in between I give you breaks. So 1 hour full break and 10 minutes in between break, I feel should be sufficient. Another thing, see, I'm just picking up. I don't have that whole feedback with me, but I'm just touching the most concerns. One of the most concern is speed. So I agree, I do speak fast, but you tell me in last 6 days, is there even a single concept which I have not repeated at least 2, 3, 4 times? Tell me. I'm looking for an honest answer here. It's an honest discussion which is happening. So I'll tell you an example. People are not saying, so only some of you are saying no. Some majority thinks yes. Guys, I seriously repeat. And if you take an example of today, because yesterday was heavy, inheritance and polymorphism are the key concepts. And even the lateral programmers means what? The programmers with experience of 2, 3, 4 years, they still make mistakes in understanding inheritance and polymorphism. And I guess yesterday feedback was taken. And some of you have said, I have not understood runtime polymorphism. Guys, I feel really lost when I see such a feedback. I told you, you are being too much over expectant. You are not, specially, I don't actually discriminate, but you are forcing me to discriminate IT and non-IT background. I'm telling you, guys with CS background, those who have done BE in CS, they might be thinking that they understand runtime polymorphism. Let me ask a 2, 3 trick questions and I will give you a guarantee they can't answer or they will give me wrong answer. So the message I'm trying to convey is I'm not being any like patronizing. Patronizing means like parent scolds a child. That's not my role. But guys, give yourself time. So tell me again something honestly. At this point today, are you still lost in runtime polymorphism or are you a bit clearer? Waiting for the feedback. I'm not saying 100%. 100% is beyond. Guys, you can't say that yes, Sakshi is like honest with me, bit clear. I want that bit clear. And here, tomorrow, let me finish with interfaces and show you something in exception handling and apply all that. You will reach 70%, 80%, and on one day you will say, by the end of this week, okay, I know what she was meaning, inheritance polymorphism. So the only request I'm saying is, don't be like, I utter a word such as abstraction, and the next minute you should understand. Does not happen. And I have said, I'm not saying this after seeing your feedback. I was warning you earlier. Okay. So these are the, these were the major concerns. And if you say, yeah, I saw one of the feedbacks, which I don't agree with. I'll tell you honestly, there's nothing, no filters between you and me. Some of you are saying, or one or two, I don't remember. I just like vertically read it. That what was it? She's not taking revision enough, or she was not revising. So I don't agree with that. Every day, if you see the recording, today it was highest 1.5 hours exactly, but to every day around 40 minutes, 30 to 40 minutes, we definitely revise. Exactly, Rohit. The first half an hour I devoted, because I know, guys, you know, I am not at all blaming you. I'm not at all blaming you. See, you want to change the course from your mechanical engineering or electrical engineering to computer science. That's your decision. We have to respect it. Okay. So, but guys, you think from my side of you. You are later going to come to me and say, ma'am, this was not done, or this topic was not done because it was complex. I can't leave any topic. So when you give me, when I have limited time, I'm trying to make best. And I'm telling you, I know I'm on record. This ISCSD, guys, the whole management is so nice, is beyond nice. They do not restrict me. They do not restrict me. You want to take a revision second day, third day, ma'am, go ahead and do it, as long as students are happy. So guys, we are trying. I'm telling you the same point. We are this thing. Thanks, Om, but still put it on the public chat. So, you know, people also believe and people's confidence gets boosted. So guys, we are trying. We are trying from our level best. Give us more time. Point number one. Especially me, I'm talking about myself. I can't talk about somebody else. Give me more time. Give yourself more time. And when I say give yourself more time, it doesn't mean that just the days let it pass. Absolutely not. Every days read me, going through the code samples, discussing with your this thing, what is it called, peers mean friends. Catch hold of a buddy who understands these concepts and sit with him or her. Guys, those who are understanding, it is your moral responsibility to help others who are not following as clearly as you. I have a hashtag, sharing is caring. See, with every batch, when I explain it to students, my own understanding becomes clear. And sometimes I get a question out of blue, which has not been asked earlier. And I'm also supposed to think, okay, what will be the best way to explain? So guys, it is a combined process. So I have said everything, what I thought from my side. And I hope you are seeing that we are taking, all of us, each and every lab faculty, the management, as well as main faculty, that is myself. Yes. So here, so yes, the next day revision, it's a combined package, Girish. I teach you something today, for example, abstract classes. You read about it now, that is regarding abstraction and day 6.1, and you see how we have implemented it. Why we made that abstract method, why we had to label the class abstract, and even after abstraction, how we could create the concrete subclasses. And when you test it, you understand it, let's say 20%, 25%. And then when I give you what do you say, associated, the corresponding assignment, which is based on that concept, but in a different scenario, your concept increases, your clarity increases to maybe 50, 60%. And when we talk about the same thing, my favorite phrase, sleep over it. So when I say sleep over it, I mean go over it. When you meet me tomorrow morning again, and when I ask you that rapid fire questions, correct or not, what will happen, compiler error, runtime error, that is where you are supposed to get close to 75% clarity. Okay. So this is what is my plan. And some of the things I told you very openly and frankly, some things cannot change. At least I cannot change some things, but everything else is changeable. You just make a demand and we will try our level best to make everyone understandable. Okay. So these are from my sides. You have a discussion. Sir will of course have a word with you so that you can be more free with him. If you're actually, you should be free with me also, because finally I'm going to deliver. I'm going to take care of Java. Okay. So keep that particular mood or that particular tone so that it's not like you versus me or something. It's a team. So majority problems, I mean, whatever main highlights of the feedback I've tried to discuss. I understand, but not able to. See, I'll tell you. This is I'll tell you, I have got close to 20 years I've been doing this job with corporates as well as freshers. So people come to me that I am a non-IT guy, so I'm not understanding, but my friend is like IT guy and he understands and she does it so fast. There's no such thing. You just have to take extra efforts in the first half. First half means when you come to that basic level. That's point number one. And I get another feedback also. I understand everything, but I can't implement. That is why, if you have realized, every day I don't give you the assignment just like that. I design it with you. I discuss the whole thing with you. I do the lot of hand holding. That is, these are the steps in which to, go ahead. For example, yesterday's assignment, we had drawn together full fruit hierarchy. We had detailed out that these should be the attributes, that is data members. These should be the methods and why, and then overriding and all that. So that is what I'm trying to do every day. So like, continue with the whole thing with the hope that things will be clearer. And if you have a specific question which you think I have not answered, please repeat the question in the lab session. This is from my side. Viraj, I read your comment and I'm sure everyone also read it. So guys, I'll say this, Viraj, very clearly. You are already sitting with me close to 8 hours. And then hearing the recording once again, I simply don't get it how you can tolerate me once again with the recording. So instead, I have a suggestion. Don't waste so much of daytime with the same thing. The whole thing, whatever I say in those 4.5 to 5 hours morning hours, I have written down almost all of it in readmes. So why don't you try going through readmes, then hearing the video again is my suggestion to you, Viraj. See if you like it. And like I said, the next day, 90% of the time, the concept becomes clear. So that is why I asked you, is your runtime polymorphism issue now? Most of you said no, it is clearer. So that way we are going to proceed. So anyway, sorry for taking so much time, but when I see your feedback, of course, I have to respond to it. Okay, so that was my response to it. If I missed out on a particular important point, feel free to tell me that. Direct message, instead of a direct message, tell me on a public chat. Everyone should know what you think, okay, about this course. Anyway, so now coming back on the track, I told you somebody was asking me why interfaces. This is already written. So now I'll not disturb you. You tell me whenever you are going to finish with the revision, and then we are going to definitely apply abstraction to our yesterday's fruit scenario. Yeah, Mohit, I'm not counting time. Half an hour. So I'll say 30 minutes. I'll take the maximum of it. 30, 40 minutes. Like I said, I'm not in a hurry that you have to, unless until you understand the earlier concept, how can I take you further? So take, let's say, 4:17 it is. Yeah, 5 p.m. Fine, great. Thanks, Omkar, for saying it for me. I was about to say 5. Okay, so continue your revision, but don't do the blind revision. Yes, 5 p.m. is what we are starting. I got that. But in the meantime, feel free to ask me doubts from day 1 to day 6 anywhere. I'm just sitting idle here. Continue, guys.
Ma'am, Shubham here.
Yeah, Shubham, tell me.
Ma'am, explanation I got in the morning, but while applying, I am facing few problems, ma'am. In case 1 only, at the start only, ma'am. In tester basket, fruit basket.
Okay. So इसमें problem आ रहा है? Add mango?
हाँ, मैडम, वो ऐसा हो रहा है कि may I share the screen?
Yeah, of course. That is the best way. You tell me to stop share and you share your screen. I can help you fastest.
मैम यहाँ पे
So
मैम
just
यहाँ पे
एक
कंस्ट्रक्ट
second, just a second.
Okay,
Let me read your code first. Import is fine, scanner is fine, this is fine, fruiter basket equal to new fruit is fine. Add a main word on that. If counter is less than basket dot length. Okay, first problem, first mistake, Shubham.
okay.
This in if clause, if there are multiple statements, how can you have to add a bracket? So here, let me take control so I can make the changes and explain the changes to you parallelly. Here, see this. You are saying if the, wait a second now, if counter is less than basket dot length, you have to start. It is a block. So this is a if condition. This is what it is. Otherwise, in the else condition, what will you say? Basket is full.
Full.
So that was the first problem. The way you had written it, the if condition, only the first line will get executed. You wanted the entire block to be
Entire block.
executed.
Yes.
Correct? So here you will say basket full. Okay, so this is one. Now let me read this. So this is fine. New mango. You are taking color and the weight. This is also fine. And here this is wrong. See, read. Okay, let me ask you this one. Who is it?
मैम
Shubham.
यहाँ पे कंफ्यूजन है 22 23 में मैम वहाँ पे
एक मिनट क्या मैं बोल सकती हूँ?
यस मैम
In this case, क्या कर रहे हो आप? Are you adding the mango or are you displaying the fruits? ये दो लाइन का कोड क्या कर रहा है? I can talk to you in Hindi, Marathi, anything in lab.
मैम इंग्लिश इज ओके फॉर मी
Okay, great. So tell me, what is happening in this? You
Ma'am,
are trying to. हाँ बोलो
we
बोलो.
are adding the mangoes in basket
Wrong
from fruit
answer.
class ना मैम
अरे for fruit पहले तो syntax पूरा गलत है. But
Okay.
anyway, I can explain the syntax. ये for each loop लगाया है and that you are printing. I mean I don't understand
नहीं
the
वो
code at all. See,
Okay,
देख लो एक second. इतना तक ठीक है. You see listen, you visualize. Visualization में क्या करो कि user wants to add. Suppose you are doing online shopping, okay? Big basket से, Amazon से, कहीं से भी. So you ask the user, you told the application, I want to buy a mango. So you chose case 1. Then
Okay.
application is asking, what is the which colored mango, which weight mango you want? So you answered, okay, I want a mango of red color or orange color with the weight of 1 kg, something. And you created this. So this one, Shubham, you are already creating the object of mango यहाँ पे, and so this gets created separately on the heap. And ये क्या बनाया है? This is the array of references. तो उसका pointer, उसका reference कहाँ जा चुका? Basket में जा चुका. So that job of adding the mango is already done in line number 21. ये जो code है, this is like I don't understand this because this is totally this.
मैडम वो that वो एडिट किया है मैडम दो तीन बार ट्राई करके देखा था कॉम्बिनेशन
लेकिन for each यहाँ पे नहीं आएगा. For each कहाँ पे आएगा? When you want to handle all the fruits in the basket, तब आप लगाओगे for each. ये सिर्फ एक fruit आपको डालना है basket में, तो यहाँ पे क्यों for each आएगा? Okay, so comment that. Now, while flag is not equal to false. So here, okay, problem number 2. Actually, I should have realized this problem number 1. Do you remember? यहाँ पे मैंने बोला था first day. Java compiler is strict and Java compiler doesn't allow you to access the variables which have not been initialized. तो बताओ, line number 12. It's hung. Are you hearing me? Am I audible, Shubham? I think I lost Shubham because I'm not hearing anything from him. I think his net connection dropped. Yes, Ananya, you are right. He has to initialize flag. False. Let him come back and I'll continue. I think his net connection dropped out. Shubham, whenever you can hear us, you tell me. Tell us. In the meantime, anyone else wants to share screen or ask anything? Go ahead and ask. I can continue with Shubham later.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah, just a second. I'm this thing responding to the last query. So he's asking if there are, wait a second, I'll just read it. If there are 15 to 20 subclasses, then we have to write instance of. Yes. So the answer is yes. Or there is something called as a reflection technique, which I will show you later. Later means towards the end of core Java. So answer currently is yes. You'll have to do else if those many times if there are different categories. Yes, next question.
मैम जो लड़का लास्ट क्वेश्चन कर रहा था उसके बारे में पावर कट हुआ तो उसका पूरा पीसी बंद हो गया मैम इस वजह
हाँ
से
मुझे लगा ही हाँ राइट मुझे लगा ही let him
कॉल
come
आया
back.
अभी कि आपको बता दूं
Thank you so much. Tell him thanks.
ओके मैम
Okay, next question. Anyway, if you have question you ask, otherwise no problem. Go ahead and finish your revision. We will
Hello,
solve
ma'am.
something more. हाँ बोलो.
मैम कॉन्क्रीट एंड एब्स्ट्रैक्ट में आपने डिफरेंस बताया था फिर भूल गया थोड़ा सा
Confused
कॉन्क्रीट
है.
क्या होता है हाँ
Concrete is equal to Rohit, not abstract. So I just don't want to explain it without an example. खोलो. Day 6.1 import किया.
यस मैम
Okay. So now open the class bounded shape.
हाँ
And you tell me line number 18. What is it we have written there? Is it an abstract method or is it a non-abstract method?
एब्स्ट्रैक्ट मेथड
Why? Because what are the two parts of the method? Tell me. Not just him. When I'm talking to you, anyone can respond. What are the two important parts of the method? क्या होते हैं दो
Keyword.
important parts?
कीवर्ड एब्स्ट्रैक्ट
नहीं.
Declaration and definition.
Exactly. Method declaration एक है और method definition एक है. So let me talk in example. If you look at this method, can you tell me, Rohit, what line is the method declaration and which lines are method definition?
लाइन
Declaration
13
कहाँ
इज
पे है?
डिक्लेरेशन लाइन 13 इज डिक्लेरेशन एंड 15 इज डेफिनेशन
नहीं पूरा.
एक्चुअली 14
14
to 16 is definition block
समझा?
पूरा block
Okay. So now tell me, in this case, what is it we have supplied? Declaration, definition, both या neither?
only declaration
Only declaration. So you have not yet supplied the definition is equal to implementation. तो इसको क्या बोलोगे? Abstract method. So ये है abstract method declaration. Versus if I ask you about toString, is it an abstract method or is it a non-abstract method? Does it have a declaration, definition, both or neither? It has both. तो इसको बोलते हैं concrete method. Abstract means only declaration without definition. Concrete API, concrete method means it has both. And the rule is the moment you add an abstract method, any single or multiple abstract method, आपको class भी abstract tag करना पड़ता है. Otherwise you get a compiler error. Got me?
yes ma'am
So concrete is equal to non-abstract. Continue.
ma'am that 8th rule आपने जो लिखा था can an abstract class created with 100% concrete functionality
हाँ वो नहीं अभी समझेगा. I told you. You will
हाँ, वो
understand
नहीं
that in
समझा
advanced Java.
इसलिए कंफ्यूजन हो रहा था
No, not इसलिए. You were not really sure about abstract and concrete. So what I meant was this. This is just one example, but actually you will see the example in advanced Java. I told you that. So here I'm creating a class A. I'm making it as public abstract class A. Okay. And here, see, there is no compiler error. And suppose I say some methods, Boolean test. Something. Here if I say void show. So what is the statement? I'll ask you a question. Is this class containing any abstract methods or are they fully concrete? A or
fully
C?
concrete
Fully concrete. But still I can declare the class as abstract class. This is the rule I was explaining.
yes
But actual meaning of it or actual significance of it or use case of it, I'll check in advanced Java. This is what I said.
okay ma'am
Yeah, continue.
thank you
Sure. You can mute yourself.
Hello, ma'am.
You want to ask a question, Danishwar?
Yes, ma'am. I have
Yeah,
small doubt in yesterday's question.
Okay. So you
Okay,
want to
can
share
I?
screen?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I am seeing.
Yeah, share.
Is it visible, ma'am?
Yes, it is.
Yes, ma'am. Is there any need to call toString method from tester class? Because we are already returning get name test and this.
Yeah, currently it is not required.
Yes,
But what
ma'am.
I can do is I can give you additional option. Okay, case 5, where you are supposed to give me all the details about the fruit, including name, weight, and color. So at that time, you'll require that API.
Okay.
Are you understanding me?
Yes.
That is the point. So like you said correctly, kal ki assignment mein, there was no need. But I can always expand, I can keep expanding those assignments, right? So agar maine pucha case 5 de do, I mean, not exit, other thing, give me the complete details, including name, color, and weight. Kaise doge? You'll have to use toString.
Yes,
Wahan
ma'am.
pe lagega. ठीक है?
Thank you.
Okay.
Ma'am, I got my power on now.
Okay,
Yes,
now
yeah.
share your screen
Suddenly,
again.
my modem was off. That's
Yeah,
why.
no problem. I got your message from your friend. You want to share screen?
Here we were, ma'am.
Right. So as I was explaining you, I'll just take the control again. So, as I was saying, this for each is for going over all the contents. So you don't need any for each here. Now tell me, case 2 में क्या लिखोगे? Case 2 क्या है?
Add orange.
Add orange. So don't write it, just tell me verbally, because it is going to be almost similar to case
Yeah,
1.
yeah.
So tell me, कैसे लिखोगे? You can verbally
Enter
tell
color
me.
and weight.
Sorry, Shubham, my mistake.
Okay.
We forgot. We had one more error to resolve. This is
Yes,
where we
ma'am.
were. Yeah. So what is the rule? Java being stricter than C++, Java doesn't allow you to access any uninitialized variable. So tell me, when you say Boolean flag, are you initializing it to any value or is it uninitialized?
Uninitialized, ma'am.
Uninitialized. So इसीलिए compiler error आई. Just take the cursor here and you'll see the local
Initialize.
variable flag is not initialized. तो यहाँ पे क्या लगेगा? You'll have to initialize to false. And here you don't require such a big thing. You can just remove this, guys. And here you can say not flag.
Not equal to flag.
नहीं, not equal to नहीं, not.
Not
और
flag.
उसका कॉम्प्लीमेंट कर दो. फ्लैग बूलियन है तो फॉल्स का अपोजिट क्या हुआ? ट्रू.
True.
So till the time flag is true, I mean flag is not flag is this thing false, why not flag will be true. And in the last case 5 नहीं लिखा, so in the case 5 which is supposed to exit, so वहां पे क्या करोगे? Just make the flag true.
मैं वह बुलियन की जगह जेड और कुछ भी लेता तो चलता है ना?
I didn't understand.
बुलियन
Yeah, of course.
और फ्लैग
नहीं डेटा टाइप बूलियन ही है, डेटा टाइप की जगह कुछ नहीं लिख सकते. वेरिएबल नेम कैन बी एनीथिंग. So generally I write the variable name as exit because that's an exit condition. लेकिन flag लिखा तो भी ठीक है. Is it best? नहीं, best नहीं है because flag से क्या पता चलेगा? कुछ पता नहीं चलेगा. But when I say exit boolean exit equal to false, do not exit from the application. And यहाँ पे exit equal to true means exit from application. That is why I insist on good variable names. Lekin right now I'm saying go ahead with it so that error is gone. So now we will talk about add orange. So tell me, can you add orange and can you add apple in the same manner?
Yes, ma'am. But I want to ask, ma'am, in line number 21, so mangoes are added, no, ma'am, in the
Not
basket.
mangoes, plural नहीं है, एक mango add हो रहा है.
Okay.
Mango का object बन रहा है elsewhere on the heap, separately on the heap, और उसका pointer यानी reference add हो रहा है array में.
Array में.
मैंने वो दिखाया था, this thing, memory picture, white board देखो आज का, white
हाँ.
board में सब कुछ draw करके दिखाया है.
हाँ.
ठीक है, so एक mango object बन रहा है heap में और उसका reference जा रहा है किसमें, array में, because array is array of references. Okay, so try
Similar
to
way,
continue.
we can display the other fruits. Yani,
Not display, no, you are,
sorry,
you are,
add, we
you
can add. Sorry.
use the correct words.
Yeah,
You
sorry.
can add the different
Yeah.
flutes, and
Yes.
then you worry about 4, where I'm
Uh-huh.
asking you to display the test and the
Yeah.
name and pulping and jamming and all
Okay.
that functionality. Do it one by one. Okay, I'll
Okay,
stop.
Okay.
You continue. If you get stuck again, do tell me.
Thank you, ma'am.
Hello, ma'am. Ankit this side.
Yeah, Ankit, tell me.
Ma'am, actually, I have a confusion little bit about the implementation principle of abstraction and interference.
Interface, you mean, maybe.
Sorry, ma'am. Actually, see, in inheritance, you have taught us to do the overriding and similar things. Similar things we are doing the abstraction as well. Like we are.
Yeah. No, you tell me your whole question and then I will respond. Bolo, I'm listening.
Like in particular class, we are just adding one specific method and we are using the downcasting to get the details about that particular method. The similar things we are doing in the abstraction also. So how it get different from the interference of the principle and abstraction, because we are just editing the super class and all other things like overriding and all. Yeah.
No, you're using lot of wrong words. So first of all, abstraction is to hide the functionality.
Yes, ma'am.
So here, in short, if you make, listen to this carefully. If you don't want to, you are seeing my screen, right? You are looking at my screen, or is it not visible? एक second, मैं दिखाती हूँ. पूरा screen share नहीं किया शायद. Okay, wait. Are you able to see my eclipse?
Yes, ma'am.
So यहाँ पे, this is what is the example of abstraction. Are you understanding this? So tell me, who is that? Ankit. Yeah. So Ankit, I could have made this as a non-abstract method.
Yes,
so I could have said public double area and return 0. Are you getting me? So abstraction is not to do with inheritance. Those are two different separate concepts. Don't mix up, don't confuse. And फिर भी मैं कह सकती थी कि circle class extends from bounded shape. So that is that inheritance part. So what happened? What would have happened there then is you would have inherited ये definition, पूरा definition you would have inherited, and then you override it. Are you understanding me? नहीं ये नहीं यहाँ पे. But यहाँ पे the point I was saying is that is not a good standard programming practice, because sitting in bounded shape पता ही नहीं है मुझे कि area कैसा compute करना है. So why should I be forced to write the method definition? That is where we entered abstraction today. So abstraction is hiding the complex details from the end user. So tell me, when you see this method, what is it we are giving it to the user? Only declaration. Implementation तो अभी तक लिखा ही नहीं है. Yes, so now I'll tell you what is the connection. The connection is from this bounded shape class, here you have to extend and write a subclass. And subclass की क्या responsibility है? That subclass has to supply the implementation of inherited abstract method. But maybe I don't know exactly why you have confusion, because those are typically different things. But the annotation which we use for overriding as well as implementing the method is at override. But the concepts are totally separate. One is no definition at all, and the other one is, take a look at this. This is your concrete method. So ये concrete method कहाँ पे inherit हुई? सर्कल में इनहेरिट हुई. But when you say at override, you are modifying existing behavior. यहाँ पे you are adding some new behavior. That is the point I'm trying to say. Understood the difference?
Means things have been improvised in the abstraction and interference part. Okay.
Interference कुछ I don't know the word interference. You don't use the word
Interface.
interference.
Interface.
Interface you mean. Interface तो अलग ही topic है. Interface को तो अभी छुआ भी नहीं है. We not talked about interface. Focus on one thing at a time, Ankit. ये inheritance का example है and method overriding का example है as long as you are talking about toString. So toString is the overriding form of the method and area is the example of implementing abstract method. So keep the concept here. Interfaces का बाद में.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
focus
Yes.
on that. I don't know interference in gears, Nilesh. I don't have a mechanical background. Sorry.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello, ma'am.
हाँ बोलो.
I have a silly doubt. I think.
There is no
I
doubt
am
like a
ask-
silly doubt. Read head first Java. Author बताएगा. Yes,
No, I
tell
am
me, Aman.
asking what are we hiding by this abstraction abstract class? We are hiding what? Actually, we are hiding what and what, from whom?
You are hiding. Anyone wants to answer him? By writing this much, what is it we are hiding or what is it we are not supplying?
We are adding functionality.
We are hiding
Implementation.
definition.
Implementation is being
So,
done.
ma'am, we are hiding
Ek
it
second,
from
ek
whom?
second. Hiding it from the end user. Who else? So
So
I gave you the
anyway,
example. Ek minute,
anyway,
ek
is
minute.
going to see the output screen. No?
No. That's not the point. Whenever you are saying you are supplying to the end user. End user means not the end user as in the one who runs the code, the one who uses your code. Okay, so the application developer doesn't have to focus on how this area function is internally implemented. So what we are exposing is only couple of method declarations, and when you sit down in the concrete class, concrete यानी non-abstract, that is where you have to write, that is where you are forced to write the method definition.
Okay.
So it is a simple logic. It's not so confusing at all. Answer the question. While you are developing the bounded shape, this developer, does he have to worry about method declaration or method implementation?
Implementation.
Bounded shape का programmer.
No.
I don't think you understood me. अरे मैंने पूछा bounded shape लिखते वक्त what is it you have to think about? Declaration, implementation, both या neither? Declaration. So this is where we are not thinking at the time when we write bounded shape class, you are not even thinking about how to implement. So ये implementation का, who has to think about implementation? The concrete subclasses. And by the time you come to the concrete subclass development, circle class has its formula, triangle class has its formula. So this is how we are separating specification, yani declaration, from the implementation. This is my point.
Okay.
Think about it.
Thank you.
And if you have a specific question, talk to me again.
Okay. Thank you.
Interfaces का भी मैंने चालू ही नहीं किया revision because all we were in the abstract classes. Interfaces actually tell you in much clearer manner. So if you want to spend extra 2 minutes with me, here, open day 6.2 printable खोलो. And printable में there is a method declared as print. So tell me, while writing the interface, what is it we have to think about? Specification, implementation, both or neither? Yes? Anyone? When I said, when you are designing the interfaces, what is it you have to think about? Interfaces, I'm sorry, specification or the implementation? Only specification. So I'll try it in a yet another manner, okay? Let's see whether it is reaching you. So for example, just a second, I was just trying to open a pen. I told you, sooner or later, you will be thinking in your projects and all that. Okay, so suppose somebody goes for banking application. You want to create a banking application. So when you talk about banking application, would you like to start about directly implementation, or what is to be done, or what are the services your bank provides to customer? What is it you would like to think about? Implementation as specification, the what part, the services. So when you reach the project phase, you will jot down. Jot down means you will list down. What you will list down? That okay, my banking application should do this 1, 2, 3, 4 things. So banking यानी क्या? Create an account. User should be able to open the account. User should be able to withdraw the funds. User should be able to deposit the funds. Or user should be able to do the funds transfer. If you're working for, I mean, your account is in any smart bank today, even nationalized banks are smart, private banks have been smart all the time. So, you know, you have bills, you have like mobile bills, or you have utility bills, electricity bills and all that. So you might want to add the requirement of paying the bills. If you are liable, if you are earning member and above the income tax slab, you yearly or maybe advanced tax. I'm talking about the real life here. So pay I-tax, income tax. Okay. Or these days, you know the situation around after COVID, the interest rates have been hit so low. I'm talking about saving account interest rate. So people, more and more people are investing their money in bank FDs or in mutual funds. I'm just chatting with you to give you a real life idea. People, I don't know about you, but you should be knowing about the financial situation, economical condition. People are investing more and more. Government is encouraging us to invest in mutual funds rather than FDs. FDs interest are dropped like anything. Okay, so here now you are not an expert. So you need some guidance. So bank guys come and say, okay, we will manage your portfolio. What is that portfolio? Portfolio is the way what is it? You segregate, you manage your funds. So manage portfolio and tons of it. So this is just a offhand, whatever I could think of, I told you. So if you say, I'm going to develop a banking app which gives all these facilities, so first you have to think, this is what the specification analysis is. Guys, core Java has come. I was talking to sir and I said that core Java has started a little early in the sense, you still don't have idea about software engineering and all other principles. Anyway, it does not matter. So these are the services you would like to offer from your banking application. Are you understanding me what I'm saying? So when you start writing, when you start developing your project, can you directly jump into implementation, or first would you like to add the specifications? Would you like to identify these specifications? Of course, specifications. And now when I say specification, which is best place than other than writing an interface? So now this was the functional discussion. So here you can think of a bank interface. Okay. So here you can think of an interface which is like, I'm giving you the name as bank interface, or you can think of it. I give example RBI. Everyone must be knowing Reserve Bank of India, who manages all the rules, who customizes all the rules, who specifies all the rules. So let's say this. And when I say create account, I should say that, okay, user wants to open a new account. So I don't have to jump into implementation. I will just have to think what goes in and what comes out. Means what is it I'll take from user and what is it I'll return. So you can think about it like Boolean status, account created successfully, account not created. If you want to encapsulate the account information, you might end up writing a class bank account. You will identify a method declaration, create account or create new account, and you tell me. Whenever you want to open a new account, what is it people need from you? They need your customer name. I'm just taking something, talking about a string name and all. You need to add some opening balance, minimum balance. Every bank has a minimum balance. You have to tell them what is the type of the account you want. And in addition to all that, name balance type, everyone must be knowing KYC. Do you know the term KYC? What is KYC? People don't accept these days. Know your customer. Absolutely. Know your client, know your customer. So all this information, when you put in, it is validated by bank person, bank clerk or whatever, bank officer. And then if all goes well, it will then you will get a notification that okay, your account is successfully created. Now start doing the transactions. So that's not what I'm explaining. What I'm explaining is here, is it specification first or is it implementation first? Which approach we choose? Specification, what is to be done. So somebody is asking, what are you hiding and from whom? Ankit, I guess. I may be taking a wrong name. So here you are not forced to supply the implementation. So this you can add in the bank interface without worrying about how I'm going to actually implement it. So this was my point. So similarly, you can identify the specification. And then when a particular bank, such as let's say Bank of Baroda, Bank of India, some nationalized bank. So when you are, when some new bank is getting opened, then this is where you have to, now you can't escape from the implementation. Then you will say that, okay, suppose I'm opening Bank of India. So can I say Bank of India is a bank? Simple question, simple answer. Of course, yes. But here, now this Bank of India actually exists, branches all over and all. So here you will add the implementation details. So this is what I was explaining to say. But I told you guys, give me time, give yourself time. Unless and until you actually apply the concepts, how will you understand? So here it is nothing but specifications and implementation left to the implementing classes. So this was a government bank, nationalized bank. You can have private banks such as HDFC, ICICI or whatever. So can I say HDFC is a bank? Of course, yes. ICICI or some of the Standard Chartered or Citibank is a bank, right? So what will be common between Bank of India, HDFC, ICICI? The specifications, what is to be done will be common. Will be the same, 100% common. But the implementation, such as Bank of India might say that minimum balance condition here is 1,000. HDFC might say that I'm giving you lot of services in addition to these existing ones. So I want minimum deposit and minimum balance as 10,000. So these are the implementation details which can vary from bank to bank. So this is what I was trying to explain. Specifications versus implementation. Got a better idea this one, Ankit? Okay, so continue. And if you have such specific questions, anytime, ask me anytime. Continue with your revision.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, Rohit.
There is another confusion I have in readmes. Can I share?
No, you don't share. You tell me which readme. My readmes, so you don't have to share.
About
the screen.
interfaces.
Yeah. So I'll open. You don't have to share the screen. हाँ बोलो किसमें है?
Last में multiple inheritance
ये
is
वाला?
not supported. Second last point.
This one by interface we
Last
can
ला ma'am एकदम शेवटी. End ला page end करा.
कुठे?
Second point त्यातला. जिथे void printable आणि showable चं function आहे ना वरती.
Last
that one. Yes.
A class implements an interface, but one interface extends another interface. कुठे multiple interface?
त्याच्यावरचं. नाही मॅम मल्टिपल इनहेरिटन्स याच्यावरती स्टेटमेंट लिहिलंय तुम्ही. हा आहे मल्टिपल इनहेरिटन्स.
मला नीट सांग तरी ना की कुठे काय आहे, त्याच्यात तरी कन्फ्युजन करू नको निदान. मल्टिपल हा शब्द शोधतीये मी आता. तुम्हाला सांग कुठलं हवंय.
घ्या खाली.
एक अ मल्टिपल इनहेरिटन्स इन जावा. हे
That one.
वाक्य का? हे
हम्म.
का? हे
हम्म.
वाक्य नाही समजलं?
नाही ते नाहीये. अरे यार, एकच मिनिट ना.
तू पॅरलली तुझं उघड ना कोड आणि तिथला क्वेश्चन सांग ना. कोड नाही, रीड मी म्हणजे. Okay, very good, Shubham. I am still waiting till 5 o'clock as promised. Yeah, that is what I was asking you. So here, the next line after that. Multiple inheritance is not supported. So the ambiguity issue is not yet discussed, so that you will understand tomorrow. But have you understood, Rohit, at least ambiguity diamond problem with the classes? Tell me that.
Yes, ma'am.
That I have discussed yesterday. Tell me how. Explain it to me. Diamond issue with classes. Marathit bollas, Hindit bollas, kasahi bollas tari चालेल. I understand everything.
सपोज एक बेस क्लास आहे ए, त्याच्यानंतर सब क्लास ए आणि बी आहेत.
A आणि B हा सब क्लास नाही असू शकत. A म्हटल्यावर हाऊ कॅन
हा
इट
सॉरी,
बी
बी
A
आणि सी, बी आणि सी असे त्याचे दोन सब क्लासेस आहेत. आणि
Okay.
नंतर जर आपण डी क्लास मध्ये बी कडून पण आणि सी कडून पण घेतोय, तर ते कन्फ्युज होतंय कोणाकडून घ्यायचंय नक्की.
Okay, so don't answer in
Asha
such manner in interviews. Improvise your this. So you have a common superclass A extended by B and C,
Mhm.
and A class has a base. In the base class, you have a function, let's say test.
Hmm.
And the test method is overridden in both classes B and C.
Hmm.
So when you write a subclass D extends B comma C, there is a complete confusion, complete ambiguity regarding, are you taking A's version, B's version, or C's version? That is your diamond problem. That is your ambiguity problem.
Yes.
Understood that? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So I have yet to discuss why there is no ambiguity as far as interfaces are concerned. We will discuss that tomorrow.
तिकडे डबल प्रिंट फंक्शन वापरलंय ना, त्याच्यामुळे कन्फ्युजन झालं होतं की ते नक्की खाली यूज
रोज मी
करताना
तुला
कोणतं घेता
म्हणते,
येते.
तुला
हा हा,
मराठीत बोलते,
समजलं.
मराठीत बोलते.
येस
हे
मॅम,
मी
कळलं.
उद्या तुला कळणार आहे, हे
ठीक आहे,
तुला आज
ठीक आहे.
कळणार नाहीये.
ठीक.
कारण मी जरी सांगायचा प्रयत्न केला तरी आय एम नॉट शुअर. आय माइट एंड अप कन्फ्युजिंग यू. सो वेट फॉर टुमॉरो.
ओके ओके ओके.
मॅम,
येस कुणाल.
मराठीत बोलू शकतो मॅम?
हा, तू आता लॅब मध्ये कसं कुठल्याही भाषेत बोलू शकतोस. मी थिअरी सेशन मध्ये फक्त इंग्लिश मध्ये बोलणार. बोल.
मॅम, आता तुम्ही इंटरफेस सांगितला, मला सगळं कळलेलं आहे, पण आपण बघा टेस्टर बनवतो तो आपल्याला दिसेल ना ऍज अ कस्टमर, मी जर बँकेत गेलो तर?
हो, बरोबर आहे, बरोबर आहे. राईट.
हा. आणि
टेस्टर
मग
दिसेल म्हणजे UI दिसेल, आणि UI आपला टेस्टर मध्ये असतो.
हा.
बरोबर आहे.
आणि हा जो बँक IF केलेला आहे तो कोण करतो? म्हणजे इथं BOI पण आहे, HDFC पण आहे, अजून एक बँक असेल, अजून एक बँक असेल,
बरोबर आहे.
तर मग तो कोण करेल?
प्रोग्रामर लाईक यू अँड मी. आपण जेव्हा म्हणतो की मी तुमची बँकिंग सिस्टम डिझाईन करून देतो, मी म्हणते की तुम्ही तुमचं बँकिंग ऍप बनवून देते, तेव्हा तिथे जावा प्रोग्रामर्स, पायथन प्रोग्रामर्स, कुठले नोड प्रोग्रामर्स, त्यांना हे सगळं डेव्हलप करायचंय. तर व्हाईल डेव्हलपिंग तुम्ही कोणता अप्रोच वापरणार? दॅट अप्रोच इज गोइंग टू बी स्पेसिफिकेशन फर्स्ट फॉलोड बाय इम्प्लिमेंटेशन. यामुळे काय होतं, ऍक्च्युअली देर इज अ व्हेरी गुड एक्झाम्पल फॉर एक्सप्लेनिंग दिस, पण ते डेटाबेस कनेक्टिव्हिटी मध्ये. आणि डेटाबेस कनेक्टिव्हिटीचं काही सांगायला लागलं तर तुम्ही ऍज इट इज कन्फ्युज राहाल, अजून कन्फ्युज व्हाल. सो आता तुम्ही एवढंच ठेवा, लक्षात ठेवा की व्हाईल डिझायनिंग यू आर स्टार्टिंग विथ स्पेसिफिकेशन अप्रोच. आणि तुला आता डिझाईन करताना इंटरफेस इम्प्लिमेंटेशनचा विचार करायचा आहे का फक्त स्पेसिफिकेशनचा विचार करायला लागतो? स्पेसिफिकेशनचा. सो दॅट इज वेअर यू आर हायडिंग or you are not supplying any functionality at the time of designing the interface. हा पॉइंट आहे.
ओके, म्हणजे नंतर जर BOI ला पाहिजे असेल तर मग मी त्याच्यासोबत हे करणार, HDFC ला पाहिजे असेल तर मग त्याच्यासोबत हे करणार.
ऍब्सोल्युटली. हे बघ, मी तुला एक्झाम्पल देऊन सांगते. RBI जर तुझ्या कंट्री, वी आर इन इंडिया, सो आय एम टॉकिंग इन RBI. रिझर्व्ह बँक ऑफ इंडिया ही एक बॉडी आहे. ती फक्त बॉडी असती, आणि जर बँकाच नसत्या तर RBI इज नॉट द वन वेअर यू गो अँड ओपन द अकाउंट. समजतंय का मला? तू तुझ्या बँक ऑफ महाराष्ट्र, बँक ऑफ इंडिया, स्टेट बँक ऑफ इंडिया, व्हॉट एव्हर, HDFC, तिथे जातोस. त्यामुळे RBI इज लाईक अ सेट ऑफ रूल्स who tells these banks how to operate. What should be the current interest rate? What should be done? What should not be done? ह्या guidelines तुला RBI कडनं मिळतात. आणि जेव्हा तू म्हणतोस, okay, I am opening my cooperative bank, for example, Saraswat Cooperative, और कुठलीही बँक तू उघडतोस, तेव्हा तुला RBI चे सगळे रूल्स फॉलो करायला लागतात आणि इम्प्लिमेंटेशन करताना यू हॅव द फुल फ्रीडम. समजतंय का?
सगळं कळलं आता. थँक्यू
कळलं.
मॅम.
Sure.
हेलो मैम.
Yes, tell me, Mohit.
मैम एक एब्स्ट्रैक्ट में है, एब्स्ट्रैक्ट क्लासेस कैन हैव 100% कॉन्क्रीट मींस नॉन एब्स्ट्रैक्ट है वो, तो हमारे कोई भी मेथड एब्स्ट्रैक्ट नहीं है, ठीक है.
ये मैंने दिखाया था एग्जांपल. आई थिंक यू मिस्ड इट. आई वाज टॉकिंग अबाउट दैट एग्जांपल. हाँ,
क्लास
बोलो.
ए को हमने एब्स्ट्रैक्ट बनाया है, तो
Correct.
फर्दर क्लासेस में इसका क्या बेनिफिट रहेगा एब्स्ट्रैक्ट क्लास बनाने
I
से?
said it 10 times कि ये अभी नहीं समझेगा, ये एडवांस जावा में विद द एग्जांपल ऑफ HTTP सर्वलेट समझेगा.
ओके मैम.
So this is the point I've written down: examples, event adapter classes, and HTTP servlet. But none of it we have covered. So wait for those topics to begin. Event adapter आपको नहीं है, but you have HTTP servlet definitely. So that time समझेगा. ठीक है?
Yes ma'am. Thank you.
But as a rule, Mohit, hear me. As a rule, you should know कि you can declare a class as an abstract, but which does not have a single abstract functionality. उसका benefit, since you are asking me, I might as well share. उसका benefit ये है कि जो भी कोई anyone who wants to extend from this class. Okay, point number 1. You tell me, Mohit, can you create the instance of this class even if it has got a concrete functionality? इसका instance बना सकते हो या नहीं बना सकते?
No ma'am.
You cannot. So
Because
that is one
abstract-
reason. हाँ, तो abstract classes, so that is stopping the programmer or user. User means not end user, like customer की बात नहीं कर रही हूँ. Application developer, I mean, as an end user. So nobody can instantiate it. So stopping that. So that is that kind of control you get, which you will understand in the topic of servlets. बाद में.
Yes ma'am. Yes.
Okay. Okay, those who are pending about earlier work, have you finished the pending work as well as the revision, guys? I'm talking to you, all of you. So please tell me, have you completed? Everyone? Does anyone want me to revise anything immediately before tomorrow morning? Anyway, we'll revise with questions and all that. But uske pehle, any particular code sample which I have shared or which we have written together and abhi tak samjha nahi hai. Any such code sample exists? Waiting for your response. So nobody has a question on that. Then it is the time to solve something. Without applying the understanding or the concept, you cannot understand a concept. I mean, you cannot really think that, like, you will have the same problem that aapko lagega ki you are understanding the concept, but you are unable to implement. So now let me open that yesterday's design. I have shared it already in yesterday's data. So I'm just opening that assignment help. If I lab data mein tha shayad, yeah. Not really. Okay, so please open. You have this diagram. And now tell me, is there anything? Okay, let me be precise. Let me be this. I hope everyone is listening on. Nobody is doing anything parallelly. Please don't do things parallelly. So here, now focus on this fruit class and tell me, is there actually any need of giving the concrete method definition? Adding this concrete method यहाँ पे correct है या wrong है? Of course, answer is no. Why? Because when you are developing a fruit class, any fruit can be anything. It can be your apple, orange, banana, cherry, strawberry, etc. So sitting in the fruit class, do you have an idea about what is going to be the test of it? Answer is no. But because yesterday we did not cover abstraction, we were forced to write the declaration as well as implementation. So tell me, what is it exactly you want to remove? Declaration, definition, both or neither? क्या remove करना चाह रहे हो? Of course, the definition. So why you don't want to? Okay, let me ask you the other side question. I'm saying remove the whole thing. Okay, so you don't have to make anything abstract. Remove the whole thing. So if you remove both the declaration and definition, tell me the impact. क्या होगा? बताओ. You understood my question? Rushikesh is saying override नहीं कर पाएंगे. Compile time error. Okay, let's go slow. Add started writing. Started writing means as a help. Day 5 assignment. So here, I'm saying I'm in the fruit class. And here, I'm saying if you don't mention it at all here, if you remove both declaration and definition, I'll take this one, Rushikesh's suggestion first. He was saying you won't be able to override it. Fine, you are not overriding it. So yes, if nikal do. But you can always add your own test method. So at override jayega, but it is as if you are adding your own method. Are you understanding me, Rushikesh? So that is not such a big problem. Are you getting this? Okay. Test property nahi hai, Sandeep. Test property hai ya functionality hai, Sandeep? Maybe I'm talking to Sandeep. It is a functionality. So use the correct words. People judge you by what you say. Okay, they will say that this person doesn't know the difference between state and a behavior. Okay, so actually karke dekhte hain. So here, go to this thing. I mean, you do it in your class because I did not write the whole story, whole thing. You comment it out. And 110%, you will get a compiler error in Mango. So at override usko comment kar do, error chali jayegi. Similarly, do it from orange and apple. But that's not the point. The point is, tester me. In the tester, people have already given me the answer. When you write a tester, in the tester, I'm just thinking, yeah, in the tester, you have some case. Ek minute. So I'm writing the code because without writing this, tester means fruit basket. Okay. In the fruit basket, anyone wants to tell me, kahan pe problem aayega? Talk to me in options. Option 1, option 2, option 3, where add the apple, orange, mango into this. Will you have a problem here? Yes, absolutely right. Though who was saying parent reference and all. So इसमें problem नहीं आएगा. लेकिन fourth case में, fourth option में, when you are writing, what was the code you must have written? For each fruit F in a basket, the moment you were saying SOP, F dot test. Tell me. And then of course you are saying F dot get name and test and all. Forget get name. यहाँ पे problem, compiler problem आएगा या नहीं आएगा? Of course, compile time error. See, you are answering this means itself you are understanding, guys. So what more confirmation you want? So problem क्यों है? Because that is the way compiler does. Compiler goes by type of the object है या type of the reference है? Type of the reference. F का reference type, F is a reference. So what is the type of that reference? Fruit. तो ये test method कहाँ पे ढूंढेगा? Fruit class में या apple, orange, banana में और mango में, fruit में, and we have removed the definition and the declaration here. So, is there any solution? Solution भी किसी ने बताया था, but I want it from everyone. So, is there any solution or are there no solutions at all? Answer is of course there is a solution. तो क्या solution है? Null checking वगैरह सब लगेगा. Guys, when you want to execute multiple lines, you have to put it in a block. Basic programming rules. So यहाँ पे आपका होगा, of course, the null checking if F is not equal to null, because पूरा basket maybe may not be full. So ये होगा और यहाँ पे आप करोगे, what is it you will require is downcasting. but you know, you don't know which type of a fruit you are trying to, find out the test. तो पहले क्या लगेगा? Instance of checking लगेगा. So आपको लगेगा if f instance of, mango. I'm just writing this. Then you can do SOP. और देखो कितना कोड इंक्रीज हो रहा है, such a complicated thing. ये mango, इसको ये कर दो, डाउनकास्ट कर दो. अगर ये मैंगो हुआ तो ठीक है, अदरवाइज यहाँ पे लिखना पड़ेगा else if instance of orange, downcast it to orange and test it. Am I clear? Are you understanding from code and the concept and the whole discussion? So you decide, do you want to do it in this ugly manner or do you want to do it in a clean and a simple manner? Of course, you want to do it in a clean and simple manner. When I told you today, whenever you can use the basic implicit conversion of upcasting, give the highest preference there. So I'm not at all going to waste my energy in this. I want to write in simple and clear cut manner, SOP f.test. तो अभी उसका reverse engineering. Reverse engineering यानी क्या? I use technical terms, no doubt, but guys, you have to understand those terms. If not today, by the time you reach interviews and all that. So I'm just giving you an exposure. Think of it that way. Okay? तो मुझे इतना ही लिखना है. So now reverse calculate. Reverse engineering. Reverse engineering means output ये चाहिए, तो उसके लिए क्या करना पड़ेगा? That's your reverse engineering. So here now, oh sorry, that is I wrote it in something else. I should have written it here. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So now tell me, what is it you want? So do you want to remove both declaration and definition, or do you want to only scrap? Scrap means remove definition. So definition remove karoge. But the moment you remove the definition, what will be this method? Abstract या concrete? Concrete यानी non-abstract. Abstract. So what will be, I'm solving the assignment, which I'll give you some time, 15-20 minutes is max to max you require. So यहाँ पे बोल दोगे public abstract string test. So at the time of writing the fruit class, do I have to worry about specification or implementation? S or I, specification only. But now you have a problem. The moment you declare any method as abstract, ये क्लास क्या बनाना पड़ेगा? Abstract या concrete? Abstract. Okay, so these are the two changes you'll be giving me. Method को abstract बनाओ. Immediately you will get a compiler error, and compiler will tell you that class also has to be made abstract. And trust me guys, this is the only change. That is what is the beauty of object-oriented programming. Meaning, mango, orange, and apple. What changes you'll have to make there? Open that. Open your classes and tell me. You have made imagine fruit class as abstract. So uske baad aaya mango. So what change you'll have to do after adding abstraction? Answer is 0 changes. See the beauty of object-oriented principle. Even when you make such an important change, your subclasses are not affected. And on the similar lines, you won't make any change in, no change in orange, no change in apple, because you are already got at override annotation, which is working in both the cases. You can use at override for overriding the inherited behavior as well as for implementing inherited abstract behavior. Same. So कुछ भी अलग नहीं होगा, कुछ भी change नहीं होगा. And you have already identified the tests. Now the real question is, come back here and tell me, after you made the entire fruit class abstract, fruit basket class में यानी tester class में क्या change होगा? What will you change in the tester? Tester class में क्या change करोगे? Waiting for your answer. Answer is absolutely nothing. नहीं Himanshu. I'm not talking about this tester. See, I want a simple code like this. That is what you have written yesterday without abstraction. So the 100% same code will work. So बताओ, instance of कब लगेगा? एक second, I'll just open the assignment. So here, for getting the name of the fruit, for get name method, instance of checking लगेगा या नहीं लगेगा? Keep answering me. नहीं लगेगा because that get name method is common in fruit. अभी टेस्ट फाइंड आउट करने के लिए इंस्टेंस ऑफ लगेगा या नहीं लगेगा? Of course not, because the abstract test method declaration exists in fruit. But if you want to call pulp or juice or a jam method, instance of checking लगेगी, for instance of checking and down casting लगेगा या नहीं लगेगा? Of course that will continue to be needed. Okay, so in short I'm telling you, in yesterday's assignment and today's assignment, it will be 0 changes other than abstraction. Understood all of it? Understood everything? So everyone feels comfortable applying the changes? Okay, some of you all must have done already, but I told you I have to wait for everyone. So how much time you think? You guesstimate. Yeah, I know some of you have done it. Some of you, those who have done it, very good, excellent, keep it up. But there can be some of your friends who have not yet completed. Okay, so 15 minutes. Okay, so I'm giving you 15 minutes time, 20 minutes. Okay, and after that we'll recoup again and we'll talk about some new assignment. Do it. Continue with your work. I'll disturb you after 20 minutes. That is around like 5:34, 5:35. I'll just ping you again. Continue. Oh yeah, I'll talk about it, Aniket. Copy the code, Madhuri. You have to maintain day-wise assignments. Okay. So do it as a day 6 assignment, copy it from day 5 assignment and make the changes. Okay. Aniket, as I said, I'll definitely talk about abstract class versus interface after 5:30 or 5:35. Okay. So let's give that much time for people to settle on abstract classes first. Done? Yeah, Ashutosh, very good, excellent. But I'm waiting for this, and I'm setting up your new assignment. So in the meantime, do revise.
Hello, ma'am.
Rohit, just give me 2 minutes. I'm in the middle of setting up assignment. I'll come back to you
Yes,
in two
ma'am.
minutes. Yes, Rohit, you wanted to ask me something. Tell me.
मैम रन तो हो रहा है लेकिन एरर दिखा रहा है.
Okay. Share
कैन
your
आई शेयर?
screen.
हाँ
Yeah,
yes.
share your screen. सेव नहीं किया? अरे फ्रूट बास्केट डॉट जावा सेव करो ना. नल पॉइंटर, नल चेकिंग करना है ना. नल चेकिंग किया ही नहीं. हाँ, क्लिक ऑन दैट. आई हैव टोल्ड यू. अरे basket में there is a chance that you have not filled up the whole basket. After line number 50, what is it you have to do first? Null checking. 50 के बाद enter करो. After line number 50, press enter. And first you do the null checking. If f is not equal to null, type. वहां पे नहीं. अरे f dot test किया ना, वहीं पे null pointer आया. So pick up that check. Control X. वो 53 line निकालो. वो curly braces भी निकालो ना. Remove that and put it before. अभी run करो. Control Shift F करो this one. Rohit, click on Control Shift F तो वो format हो जाएगा. Right. Let me just check. Yeah, rest looks okay. Run it again. Save करो. पहले save. Hello. Save all. कर रहा था. नहीं, choose option wrong. अरे choose option 1 2 3 4 है. M1 नहीं है. You add more fruits. One more at least you have given. Okay, basket says you have given only one. Give a larger size and then test. It will work now. Okay, continue.
Yeah. मॅम
अभी नहीं होगा add mango. Basket
नाही,
says you have given one.
येस मॅम. आणि तुम्ही ते पॅकेज 2 मध्ये टेस्टर 2 घेतलंय ना, त्याच्यात पण थोडा डाऊट आहे. मी चेक करतो आणि मग विचारतो. चालेल ना?
चालेल.
थँक्यू.
Sure. I'm looking at what you are saying, this one. एक second, Prashant. I'm reading your question. एक minute. Can we write public abstract speciality in fruit for pulp and jam? Yes, but that is not the point. The point was I wanted to show you, Prashant, upcasting का example, downcasting का example and abstraction. तो upcasting के लिए हमने वो test method, toString method use किया.
I just wanted to confirm that
yes, technically yes.
Thank you.
But I told you that was not the point. You had to see in one example of abstraction, example of upcasting, downcasting, sabhi. That is why I gave you 3 different style of questions.
We have one package for downcasting. That's why I think that.
Come again.
We did it in one package, other package, same problem we have did by downcasting.
Yeah, so okay, what you said is correct. Fine, go ahead. You are not understanding what I'm trying to say. If you add this public abstract speciality, तो downcasting की need ही नहीं रहेगी. Are you understanding me, Prashant?
Yes.
And I wanted to show the students one example where they have to use downcasting. इसलिए मैंने वैसे दिया था assignment. Is my point. ठीक है?
Got it.
But what you are saying is right. You can replace it by a specialty and change it. But there will be certain functionalities which will be added by subclasses. So that time अगर आपको पता नहीं है कि कैसे downcasting करना है, तो कुछ नहीं होगा, कुछ नहीं समझेगा.
That time we have to do downcasting.
Yes, so that is why the assignment was suggested that, designed that. Okay. Okay. Has everyone completed those changes? Can I continue? Or does anyone require more time? So added abstraction, namely the function, the method, test method, abstract, the fruit class abstract, and 0 changes anywhere else. So nobody wants me to wait? Okay. So yeah, I'm so happy to see that you have done it, completed it with understanding, I hope. So interfaces, I'll ask you because somebody said that just in 5 minutes explain abstract class versus interface. Actually, I would say this is not a good question for today, but since there was a request, I'm not denying. You have to sleep over it by going through something about interfaces. And since it is a popular interview question, I have already written all about it in what is it? Interface help. Abstract class versus interface. Okay, so it is already mentioned, but I will just touch base upon it. I'll just tell you in simple statements. I'll get the whole information done from you. So tell me, we are discussing abstract class versus interface. Actual discussion we will have tomorrow morning when you have slept over it. Fir bhi, aaj ka. So tell me, when you say abstract class, can it contain only abstract methods or concrete methods as well? Answer is both. In interfaces, till Java 7, what I have discussed in the interfaces is only applicable to Java 7. Till Java 7, interfaces can have what? Abstract methods or concrete methods? Answer is only abstract methods. Okay, so the related question is, abstract classes give you what? Partial abstraction or complete abstraction? Partial. Interfaces give you what? Partial or complete? Full abstraction, complete abstraction, 100% abstraction. Means what? While designing abstract classes, do you have to think in specification, implementation, both or neither? Abstract classes में क्या सोचना पड़ता है? When the abstract methods are there, specification, but for concrete methods, दोनों का ख्याल रखना पड़ेगा. Specification and implementation. But when you talk about interfaces, what is it you have to think in? Specification or implementation? Specs only. Okay. In abstract classes, can you declare non-static, non-final data members? Answer is yes. Whereas when you declare the interface, what will be those data members implicitly? Wrong answer, Yash. I don't want, yeah, PSF, short form is best. Short form is best in the sense, you don't waste your time. I generally understand your short form, generally I said. Public static final. So, in the interface, can you really declare the state? Is there any concept of a state of the interface? Answer is no. There is, state means what? Non-static data members. So there is no concept of the state of the interface, but there is very much the concept of a state of the abstract class. Next one. Can you ever write? Don't go by the tone of the question. Do the thinking. Can you ever write? Can you ever add a constructor, as in parameterized constructor, in an abstract class? Yes. Can you add a parameterized constructor in the interface? Never, because interface does not have any state, so you cannot add. Okay. When you talk about abstract class, what is it I was going to say? I was going to say something, I forgot. Okay, so let me ask you. When you say you can add a constructor in the abstract class, will it be used to create abstract class instance? No. Then what will it be used for? When will your abstract class no. Let me say the statement. I'm asking you precisely, perfect question. What will you use abstract class constructor for, or when will you use it? No, this one. For reference is a wrong answer. For creating something, For creating what? Abstract class instance or concrete subclass instance? Answer is for creating or during creation of concrete subclass instance. If you are feeling lost in English, apply the example. Just now you have done the example. You have added in the fruit class a constructor. Open your code and check. Have you added a constructor in the fruit class, abstract fruit class? Add किया है या नहीं किया है? You have. But when it is actually being used, tell me when you are using it actually. Tell me from your code, कहाँ पे use हो रहा है? Who is calling that constructor? The subclass constructor में when you say super, open your mango class. Mango class का constructor में what is the first statement you have added? Super, some names such as mango and color and weight. So that is where the super class, abstract super class constructor is being used to initialize the private state of an abstract class. Are you understanding it? So what is the statement we make is abstract class constructor will never be used while creating or for creating abstract class instance because that is not possible. But 100% it will be used for instantiating the concrete subclass instance and to initialize that private state part. So tell me from your fruit and mango example, which fields are getting initialized by that abstract class constructor? कौन से fields initialize हो रहे हैं? Color and weight. Are you no name is wrong answer, Rishikesh. Name you are hard coding in that subclass this constructor, right? Yes, name is hard coded. Color and weight initialize हो रहे हैं. Are you understanding it? Next difference. Will you be able to add static initializer block in an abstract class to initialize the static members? Possible hai ya nahi possible? Of course, yes. But try adding the static initializer block in the interface doesn't allow. Because, why? Because only thing which is allowed in the interface is static final constants. Okay. So these are the basic list of differences. And when you start using it more and more, you'll understand the later other things also. Are we suitably clear? Are you somewhat clear? 5% clarity. Okay. It will increase to 50 definitely tomorrow morning. If you have, yes, final means constant. Rohit, read the readme. Final is equal to constant. Read only. So when you say final, that means no further changes, no further modification, as you said. Okay. So this is enough time spent. This is a lab session, guys. So you're supposed to do the hands-on. So what I'll do is, in the meantime, I was, I was writing something for you. So wait a second. I'll share it with you. Give me a sec. Basics data. Okay. So I'm sending you this. Of course, I'll be sending you what do you say? I'll upload it on the Google Drive also. But till then, have it. So basics data for Java assignments. Just download it and open it, please. And start reading the fresh assignment. I'm waiting for 5 minutes. So this is the one. Actually, I have not said encapsulation, but of course it has encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism, and abstraction. And so many things you have learned in last 6 days. You got that assignment? Just tell me that and then I'll not disturb you for next 5 minutes. Everyone got it, guys? Okay, continue reading. We'll sync up in 5. and keep some writing material ready, because we are going to draw a diagram, design diagram, which will help you to do it. Okay, have you completed reading or you need some more time to read? Finished reading the assignment? Done? Everyone has completed reading. So now keep that in front of you and draw the diagram. Guys, if you are directly jumping to implementation, of course you are going to get confused. Okay, so tackle it in a standard manner. Draw the design diagram and then you will see so easy it will sound for implementation. So of course, whatever I'm drawing will be shared as assignment help. So keep the, what do you say, the problem statement in front of you. So here, tell me, can you find any, okay, I have a question here. Do you want to organize, can you organize these classes in the inheritance hierarchy? Answer is yes. Okay, so tell me, currently today is the first day of your interfaces. We are not adding interfaces here. Tomorrow I can modify that. Okay, bring in the interface and see the change and all that. In short, when I say abstraction here, I'm not talking about complete abstraction. I'm talking about a partial abstraction. That is just a hint. Okay, so you start telling me what should be the super class we should identify. Which should be the super class? Everyone understands it? Okay, great. So now I hope everyone is at least comfortable in packages. Are you comfortable in packages now? By now? So see your own answer. Now you have spent quite a few amount of time on packages, so you are feeling clearer. Let 2-3 days pass and you will be equally clear in the today's concepts. Anyway, so let me not waste your precious time. Here, start. So this will be a class employee. Okay, right now let's not take a decision, abstract, non-abstract and all, that will evolve. So here, this is your employee class. Just tell me, do you want to make it public or default scope? Everything should be decided by you. Should it have a public scope, access specifier or default? Of course, public. Why public? Anyone? Who's going to use it? Who is going to use this employee class? Tester. And tester is not in another block. Another package is what you mean. Okay. And if you want to try access anything outside the package, you have to talk about public scope. So here you will make it as public. Here you are learning object-oriented principles. So should you think in data first or should you think in actions first? State or behavior. This is your encapsulation talking. Of course, state. And any state means what? Static members or non-static members. Keep drawing along with me. Even though I'm going to share, when you start not noting down or drawing, you get a different level, alag level of clarity. So of course you are right, non-static data members. So state is nothing but non-static, sorry, data members. So I have given you enough time, I hope. Can you tell me what all will you add in the state? Don't go by what I'm saying. You apply your own thinking. Okay, so I got the answer as employee ID, employee name, department ID, and basic. Okay, so employee ID, which is going to be unique naturally, the employee's name, and here let me just increase it so. Okay, and of course you'll have a department ID. So when you learn databases and all, they generally give it as integer, but here I'm saying department ID is a string. You read all of that. That much I think you can manage. And what? All I'm adding is the basic, salary, how it is computed. There is a basic component, then there are HRA, there are allowances, there is DA and all that. So currently I'm saying only basic salary component is here. Understood everyone so far? Okay. Have you understood this much? Everyone. Okay, great. Now see, guys, everything I'm not going to spell out. You have to understand. Still, I'm giving you a lot of clues. So see my clue. We are here in 4.1. So here I'm saying, here, of course, you will require a parameterized constructor. But what are the things you are going to take from this in this parameterized constructor? So here, identify a constructor, a parameterized constructor, and how many arguments will you pass to this constructor? I have already given you that. So answer is 3. You're right. So that much I have given you in, wait a second, in writing. So 3 arguments, and which 3 arguments? You know the answer: name, department ID, and basic. But guys, every employee, whoever you recruit, let it be a manager or a worker, you have to give the unique employee ID. So I have said generate that. Here, generate employee ID. Anyone wants to tell me? Can you, how will I generate the employee ID? Wrong. See, you are making a mistake. Somebody said public static employee ID. So give me the answer, guys. Are you making this employee ID as static? This is a application of static. Yes, counter. Guys, those who said this static, static means how many copies? If I recruit 100 employees in my organization, only 1 copy. So are you going to share 1 employee ID across all? No. So here, what is it you will have to add is, you will have to, see this much is actually lot of help, but still, knowing your day 6 and all this, I'm giving you. So what will be the additionally? This state is unchanged, of course, but you will be adding a static data member. Are you understanding it? And what will be that static data member? ID generator. Okay, you can call it as counter ID generator. Now, I like to call it as ID generator. Okay, so this ID generator, what will be the data type of this ID generator? Anyone? Yes, it will be, of course, int. So this will have an int. And can you tell me, what will you do in this constructor? Of course, you will say this dot name equal to name, this dot department ID equal to this, whatever, this department ID, this dot basic equal to basic, and no super. Super is implicitly there, but super, this one, Jaiswal, super is object. So you don't require super. Yes. What else will you do? You have to assign exactly. No, don't say just counter plus plus. Employee ID is equal to here ID generator plus plus. Are you understanding? So here in this constructor plus I'm saying assign ID. I'm not going to write in code. Otherwise, there's no point in giving you the assignment if I start writing the code. Has everyone understood how you are going to automatically generate the IDs? 100% of you have understood? You see, some of you respond very fast. So I take it that, everyone must have understood. But lab session is the one where you have to be extremely open. Everyone can manage it? Great. So this finishes the constructor. Constructor is for the state initializer. I'm not, okay, I was going to say something more, but let us not. At least let us, you solve this much. Okay. So now, when I say a behavior, get employee details, how will you get me that? How will you give me the employee details? Tell me. Of course, you're not allowed to use your non-standard versions. You are allowed to override. Employee class by default extends from object. So here, now I'm talking about methods. So which methods you will add? ToString. I hope now everyone is suitably clear on ToString. Okay, so you will add a ToString method. Okay, so this is it. This is it means currently this much it is. Okay, so right now, if you see, you should be able to extract the information when you see a problem statement. when we can extract this much. Now, here, go little ahead and tell me, read this much. Okay, read that and read this also. Read 4.2. Mute yourself. Somebody's unmuted. Read 4.2. Read 4.3. And tell me, after reading both, do you want to add anything more in employee? Okay, don't just tell me yes. What is it you want to add? Yes. Are you understanding? See this. No. Rohit, you are wrong. Here, performance bonus. Sorry. I messed up in the spelling. Performance bonus. Is it common between manager and a worker? Is worker also getting a performance bonus? No. And what is our rule for inheritance? Only common features you add. So performance bonus is a wrong answer. But can you see something which is common between manager and worker? What is it? What is common? The compute net salary. And that compute net salary, see, you can always say without abstraction or without this, but ideally speaking, see, that is what I did not give you. Otherwise, like it is solving the assignment. So whatever is common, where should it go? In the superclass or in specific subclasses? Of course, in a superclass. But now we have a problem. I'm designing, I'm writing this employee class. But in employee class, is there any formula for computing the net salary? Answer is no. So what is the way out? So what is the way out is abstraction. You come out with the method declaration, specification, and hide. Hide means don't supply, don't think, don't mention the implementation. Everyone understood me? So toString will be what? Can you tell me? Will it be an abstract method or will it be a concrete method? Of course, concrete. You have extended it, overridden it from object. How can it be abstract? Of course, it is concrete. And which one will be the abstract method? So this is one. And the other one which will give me is return the double computed net salary. So that will be compute or calculate, whatever you call it. I'm okay with that. Compute net salary will be the abstract functionality. Are you understanding it? When you solve more and more examples, you start getting the feel of the concept. Is everyone clear so far? So will you declare this net salary as an additional data member here in the state of the employee? I said, will you add an additional variable, additional instance variable as net salary in the employee class? Answer is no. It is the computed field. Okay, so don't add the redundancy. You don't need that net salary. Anytime you want to do, you will call this method compute net salary from the subclasses and will get the result. Okay, and you know the very fact, the moment you add any abstract functionality, what will your employee class become? Abstract or concrete? Of course, it will be an abstract class. So this is a good example to touch base upon, to revise your encapsulation, static member related things, and polymorphism and the whole inheritance and the abstraction also. So this is your first design block. 100% of you can give me that. You'll have to stretch a little bit. See guys, I'm not pushing you that you have to do it today, because you may say that, okay, I want to revise something, I want to relax or whatever, but at least the clarity should be there. And if you apply it, if you do it, very good. You will yourself feel better by tomorrow. Okay, anyway, so that is the first one. So this is first step done. Now let us discuss your manager. I'll discuss only the manager. Worker is almost similar. So tell me, this is a super class. So what will it be extended by? What will be the subclass, guys? There will be two subclasses. Which two subclasses? One will be the manager and the other will be worker. And like I said, I'm just going to discuss a manager class because worker is ditto. Ditto means, okay, similar. So here, what will be manager? A subclass or a superclass? Subclass. What will be the class definition of the manager? Public class manager, tell me, extends or implements? Extends from employee. And the last and important question, will it be an abstract subclass or will it be a concrete subclass? Concrete. Why? Because you're right, but I don't want it as a fluke. Fluke means by chance. So tell me, what part tells you that you can do it in a concrete manner? Which part tells you? Yeah, but can you be clearer? No, wrong. ToString is totally wrong. Can you tell me the point? This 4.2 ka point 2 should tell you that now I have the formula to compute. When I recruit a manager, I know how I'm going to pay his salary, the basic salary component plus performance bonus. Are you understanding it? So this line should tell you that, okay, we are no longer abstract. No. I mean, Aniket, I wanted in a specific manner, not in a theoretical sense. So this should tell you that I know how to implement, how to give that whatever computation of salary. So this should tell you that it will be a concrete subclass. Everyone with me? So this will be your concrete subclass. Understood completely so far? Okay, now let us go a little faster, looking at time and all that. So tell me, you want to answer. What will be the state? It's repetitive now. Inheritance, you know a little bit. So yes. What is it? What will be the state? Answer is right in front of you. Tell me. What will be the state? Will you add all of this as a state and create the duplication? Of course not. So the only state member will be, of course you are right, performance bonus. See, you are applying inheritance already. So I don't know why you are so scared. So here, of course, it will be only performance bonus. I purposefully keep changing the scenarios to make you think differently, separately. So tell me. So this is it. Double and all. You can make it as double. And or integer. That's a decay. So here, now tell me, will you add a constructor? Of course, yes. Constructor means parameterized constructor. How many arguments will you give to this parameterized constructor? Count and answer. So one is of course performance bonus and 3 plus 1. Guys, employee ID you are not taking from user, you are generating it. So make it 4. So here 4 arguments. And which 4 arguments, guys? Name, department ID, and what was that? Basic component of salary and the bonus part. Are you all with me? So those who are still thinking that I'm understanding but unable to implement, for them, once I have such a detailed discussion, there is no ambiguity. There should not be any ambiguity in the implementation. That is my effort. That is the whole efforts I'm putting in. Okay, so that is constructor. Now think and answer. What will be the state? Can you tell me? I'm so sorry, not state. What I wanted to say is functionality. So which methods you want to add here? I'm waiting for your answer. Look at the whole thing. Look at the requirement also. And then tell me. Anyway, start answering. So one will be, yes, very good, this one, Yogesh. So one will be, of course, toString overriding form. Because manager is an employee, plus he's having his bonus. So the methods, I'll give you the list of methods just again as a help. You will keep on overriding this toString to include the bonus and the additional super.toString in short. What else? What made it concrete is the implementation of compute net salary. So of course, compute net, sorry, I can't copy that. I lost it. Anyway, so here, let me just continue. So what will you have here? You will have compute net salary. Will it be abstract or will it be concrete? Of course, concrete. So the moment I say in the middle of that concrete, declaration, definition, both or neither. Both is the correct answer. Okay, so this is there. But like Yogesh, I mean, I just read his answer. I may not have read somebody else's answer, so don't feel bad. So here, the moment I say here, see this, somewhere, where is it? I want to find out performance bonus, and we have a tight encapsulation. So which is the another this thing you will require? Of course, you will require additional methods. I'm writing just here getter. So here you will have to add a getter for, I'll say this, getter for bonus. By the way, we forgot something in the above class. I realized just now, but you will realize. So now pay a small attention. When I say compute net salary, I have given you a super easy formula. So that easy formula is basic, basic plus performance bonus. But tell me, can you access this basic from the manager class? Can you access the private member outside the class? You can't. So what is it we have forgotten? What is it you will have to add? Tell me. You will have to add a getter. Yes, get basic. And in which class, guys? In the employee class. Absolutely right. I think I did not mention it, right? I forgot, I guess. Yeah. So here, of course, I may forget some things because, I'm not implementing writing. So just, keep track of it. Getter for basic. But now I have realized. So here, see this. This is what the understanding reading means. We want to update the basic salary also. The moment I say I want to update the basic salary, which other method you will require a setter? Are you understanding? See, it is all application based. Whatever user requires, you have to fulfill. So here you will, in addition to, you will realize later. Immediately, if you don't realize, fine, I'm okay with that. But later you will realize you definitely will need to supply the setter for basic. Okay, so I'm just, collecting all the information. So I think we are done. String compute net salary getter for bonus. So this will be all for, I think. If I missed out on something, feel free to add. Now, worker is almost identical. So I'll just discuss verbally. I'll not waste time in writing. So tell me, worker will be what? Concrete subclass or abstract subclass? Concrete. I'm giving you a simple one. Tomorrow I might make it more complex. Okay, so here, concrete. So what will be the definition? Public class worker extends from what? Extends employee. Perfect. But how many? Okay, forget how many. Which data members will you add in the worker class? All verbal. I'm not writing. Yes. So here, number of hours. This is an hourly based worker, hourly paid worker. So how many hours he has worked in a complete month and what is his hourly rate? So number of hours worked and the hourly rate. Everyone got me? So this will be. Will you need to add a constructor in the worker class? Of course, yes. How many arguments, please? Count and tell me. How many arguments will you pass to the constructor? I think there's a problem in counting. Will you pass the ID? No, we are generating it. Will you need to pass the rest of it? Of course, yes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 is the correct answer. So everything other than ID, you'll have to pass. What will be the first statement in the worker ka constructor, in the worker's constructor? Yeah. So what about super? How many arguments will you pass to this super class? 3. Which 3? The first 3. Super, name, comma, basic, comma, department ID. Are you having a better understanding today? Constructor invocation and all that. Are you feeling clear about that? I'm telling you, give yourself time. I've been telling you all these days. You just don't believe in that. Anyway, so coming back on the track. So I think everyone can manage it. Now tell me, your state is done, your constructor is done. Which methods, which functionality, which behavior will you add? So read the whole thing and then decide what will you. String. Very right, Prashant. Yes. String will be concrete or abstract. Override string. I get the whole answer. Manshu said it. Compute net salary has to be implemented. Otherwise, your class will become abstract class. So tell me, what is it which tells you that worker class can be concrete? Answer is this salary computation formula. If I had said, see, I can always make the assignment more interesting, maybe tomorrow. I can always say worker means worker doesn't make sense. So worker has the subtypes or specialized types, generalization to specialization, hourly worker or the commission based worker. So then you go deeper in the hierarchy, but not today, don't worry. So here, this should tell you that you know how to compute the net salary of the worker, can make it concrete. And you know subclass is a superclass and something more. So which is the additional method you're going to add in the worker? I've given it in point 3. Yeah, Yogesh already told me, get hourly rate. You got this? So this is, can everyone comfortably write so far? Created so far? So I think this finishes our inheritance part. I mean the hierarchy part. Now the tester. So here, I want the separation. So the UI part, when you're talking to the user, don't mix it up with the core classes. So create a separate package and give me a tester called as test organization. Okay. So, okay, start answering. This is all done. It is all repeat run. So tell me, what will be the type of the array you will create? To store worker as well as manager details, of course, employee array. Got it? And run the application till exit. The moment I say this, you can define Boolean flag exit equal to false. You have to initialize it, otherwise compiler error, uninitialized and all that. And then you can simply loop while not exit. You don't have to say while exit equal to false. You simply say while not exit and switch case it. So now tell me, when you are hiring a manager or hiring a worker for these first two cases, boundary condition checking required or not required? Of course required. Why it is required? Because guys, you are still in array. Array is a fixed size data structure or growable. Fixed size. So you'll have to take care of boundary conditions, counter, etc. Okay. So when I say the array, you are clear, hire manager, you will prompt for what? Manager details. You will be creating a manager object within the employee array or outside? Outside. And where will you add the reference? Inside. No. Yeah, of course on the heap, but inside the array. So does anyone want to write out one-liner Java code? Don't give me the whole thing. Give me a clue. What will be the code for hiring a manager if there is a space in the array? Type out the code. No, Yogesh, you are wrong. There's no hard coding. We are taking the data, yes. So employee counter plus plus is equal to new manager. So what are you using? Upcasting. LHS is the employee type of reference. RHS is the manager object. Are you getting me? So not this one, Prashant. No, there's no employee array. Suppose the name of the array is EMPS. You'll be saying EMPS in the square bracket counter plus plus equal to new manager. Understood me? Understood me correctly? Tell me. Similar thing, very similar thing you will do in the hiring of a worker. Do boundary condition checking, create a worker object and add its reference to the array. Write in code, write in one-liner code. Yeah, boundary condition skip. I just want to see that one-liner code. Yes, absolutely correct. So EMPS of counter plus plus or whatever equal to new worker. Got it so far? So this is just populating. Populating means adding the managers, hiring, recruiting the managers and workers. Got it? Now for this, read this slowly. So I want you to display the information of all employees. Quickly tell me. Will you, okay, how will you do this? Yeah, you are right. All the answers are right. For each loop, agreed, Gaurav. But in the for each loop, which method will you use to get me the complete employee details? Give me the method name. ToString. So do you have to explicitly call, I'm talking in code, for each employee in EMPS or in organization, Do I have to say SOPE or do I have to explicitly say SOPE.toString? E.toString लगेगा या नहीं लगेगा? नहीं लगेगा. We spent some 15 minutes in the classroom to tell you that it gets exact. It gets called automatically. So tell me, for calling the toString, will you require any downcasting? Downcasting लगेगी या नहीं लगेगी? Of course not, because toString is the common functionality throughout the inheritance hierarchy. क्यों लगेगा? नहीं लगेगा. Next one. Now, this you got the other information, but I want to print the net salary also. So for printing the net salary within the same loop, downcasting लगेगी या नहीं लगेगी? Of course not, because we have added that abstract method declaration right in the employee class, and whatever is the common functionality, you can access it. Are you getting the advantage of abstraction? Are you understanding the point? Okay, great. And now, from the same for each loop, I want to display the performance bonus if it is a manager, and if it is a worker, I want to display her hourly rate. So, iske liye downcasting lagega? Of course, requires downcasting. Why? Because are you accessing here a common functionality or the additional functionality in the subclass? Additional functionality, right? So you will require downcasting. So will you do the downcasting blindly or will you require instance of checking? Of course, instance of. If you don't do the instance of checking, which is the exception you will get? You might get class cast exception. See, I'm telling you, look at yourself. Where were you yesterday morning and where you are today evening? So those 48 hours you give yourself. I say something today, you will understand it. I'm telling you 90%. If it is a too complex concept, maybe after 2 days, but you will get it sooner or later. Going ahead. Everyone can finish this with confidence. Okay. So I'm always, somebody was asking me, I forgot more this guess that why don't you add that other method? I want to give you an example where you need upcasting, where you are applying abstraction, where you are applying downcasting. So thought of it accordingly. The last one before we stop. I want to, somebody's performing well. So I want to update, I want to increment her basic component of the salary. So what are the two inputs you are going to take? You are going to take which employee as an employee ID. Employee ID is unique and how much increment. So suppose employee with ID, let's say 10, was initially given at the time of recruitment 5,000 as the basic. I want to, so suppose if I give the increment of 1,000, her basic salary component, I'm not talking about net salary, basic salary component should be 6,000. Understood the input? Understood the question? Requirement is clear? Okay. So now tell me, how will you solve it? It's an easy one today. Tomorrow I'm going to make it little more advanced. No. Setter is later. Setter is of course required. But guys, setter will be called on here, on the employee type of reference. So employee type of reference kaise milega? You will have to get it from employee ID. So if I say employee ID is 10, how will you find out that employee reference? Yogesh is saying search it. Is searching required? Of course not. Index. Guys, today I'm making it simple. You are generating your own employee IDs starting from 1 onwards. So, usme, whenever you are assigning plus plus counter or plus plus ID generator lagega. Don't give the employee ID 0. Start employee IDs from 1 onwards. So, index will be, what is it called? Employee ID minus 1. Are you getting me? So, that is how you are going to do it. So, from the employee ID, find out the index. Today, there is no searching required. Later, searching will be required, but that is a later thing. And once you get an employee, like you are saying, simply call a setter and your job will be done. And then once again run this option and check whether the net salary computation is reflecting the changes. And if it is running all fine, that would be it. So tell me, do you think, I'm not asking you to complete, but do you think that you have understood the assignment and you can go about it? Everyone, 100% of you? Okay, so that will be it. I'll be uploading this. Yes, we'll try is a good this thing. So definitely try, and whatever you could not solve, discuss with me tomorrow morning in our revision session. First half an hour, 30-40 minutes, and then we will continue this thing. What is it called? To interfaces. From user, Ragini, we already said that. You read the problem statement. This we already discussed. All this will be taken from the user. Other than employee ID, everything is user supplied. Got me, Ragini? Nothing will be hard coded. The ID will be generated using your ID generator. Okay, that's it. Any more questions before we log off? Okay, so that will be it. I'll just this thing. I'll just copy. I'll just upload it on the Google Drive little later, and you can look at it anytime. That will be all. See you tomorrow.